So today we got another video. We got more stuff from Moose Logi Auto from my 24 Ranger. They sent us some mud flaps for it. So we're gonna go ahead and do an install video. And then I already have the factory Ford mud flaps on my Ranger. So we're gonna go ahead and take one off, and then we're gonna kind of compare the two. I mean, there's a huge price difference in between these two different mud flap sets. And we're gonna see, you know, quality, if the installation's the same, and if they're about the same mud flap. And we're just gonna kind of give you guys an overview. All right, guys, so stay tuned. Here we go. Let's get this thing open. All right, here it is. Here's a box. We're gonna go ahead and slice her open without showing you my address. Here with one hand. All right, get her cut open here. Okay. Again, without showing you my address. Okay, so these were sent to us, again, so we could do a test. And of course, here it is, Moose Logi US mud flap guards, compatible with Ford Ranger 2024, 2025 accessories, heavy duty fender, front and rear. Okay, so there you go. Of course, there's another box in here, a box inside a box, imagine that. All right, so here is the part number on it. That's upside down. In case you guys were wondering, right there, made in China, of course. I don't think it really matters which is the top and the bottom. We'll get our trusty knife again and give it a open again to cut the tape with one hand while I'm trying to film. Yeah, let's get a good close-up on this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so crack her open here. Hopefully this comes with hardware. I would hope the Ford ones did, because you actually need longer pins than the factory pins that come in. So first impressions here. Here's the front ones. They seem pretty heavy duty. They're just not as big as the Ford factory ones. They're shorter, but I think they'll do. They seem pretty well built. See, there's the front, and they all look the same. The front and the rear look the same. Okay, so we got a popper tool thingy here. That's kind of neat that they give you that with the purchase of these. Now these are only $59.99 for the whole set of 4 mud flaps, and the Ford factory ones are like $89.99 for just the back and $89.99 for the front. So there's a significant price difference here. Okay, so you do get new push pins, and they do look a little bit longer than the Ford factory ones that come in your truck without the mud flaps. So, and you get directions with these. So it shows the front and the rear. Clean the wheel well areas where the mud flaps will be installed. Test the mud flaps by holding them up, comparing their shape, and installing the area, ensure proper placement. And then, of course, use the install kit provided or your own kit to remove the existing push pins. Okay, so that's neat. So you got 18 of those in one of those, and pretty self-explanatory. Put the, you use the factory holes for on your truck where the inner fender gets held in with the push pins. You just take them out and then put those ones in where these mud flaps line up at. So these are pretty much like little plastic screws. I'll show you. So these are like actually little like plastic screws that screw into the clip, to expand it. So I'll just show you real quick here. So you can literally just shove them in like that. You don't have to screw them in, and it expands it like that. But I will say these do feel cheaper than the Ford ones. They feel much more brittle than the Ford ones. So we'll see about that. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the mud flaps here. I mean, they seem pretty durable. You can still flex them a little bit. Here's the backside. So, I mean, not terrible. I feel like you could, this would really fill up with, snow and junk here, living in Pennsylvania, and, hold it in there. But they're not terrible. They're molded. They're really nice looking. They're durable. They're a little bit flexible, but not too much, as you can see. What does it say on here? It says RL. Maybe that's like rear left, maybe? What's this one say? FL, front left. Okay, so they're labeled. That's neat. Okay. So they're labeled. That's cool. Let me give you that. Oh, we got another. Oh, that was our packing slip. So yeah, there's right rear and then front right. Okay, that's really cool that they labeled them. So let's go out to the truck and take the other mud flap off and throw one of these on, and we'll compare the two. So here is the factory Ford mud flap or mud guard on the front left. So as you can see, it comes up really high on the fender, like to here. These ones only come up like 3 holes, so we'll go ahead and put it on and show you guys. So to take these out, they're literally, you need a little Phillips, like a stubby Phillips like this. Just screw them out, but just gentle. You can't push really hard. This pry tool they give you here really isn't gonna work for this, because like, look, what do you grab onto? It would work once you get the heads of these out the whole way. And like if you have trouble and they're spinning, you can use an O-ring removal tool and get behind them and push them out like that. Or you can use a 90-degree bent pick and get in behind them like that and pull them out like that, which makes a little bit quick work. And then maybe you could use, you know, one of these tools they provide to pull these out like that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and remove this and install the other one. So I came back inside to give you guys a little bit more like an overview on the factory Ford one versus the Mudflaps auto one. So obviously the Ford one is a lot taller. It goes up on the fender a lot higher than these ones, so you can see. The Ford one is a little bit larger also. It has a larger area that it's going to protect than the Mudflaps auto one. And I feel that this one's more flexible than this. This is very, very rigid. Like you cannot flex this at all. Like it's very firm. It's very molded and very like durable and rugged. But I don't like how this is, where it could hold a bunch of stuff in there, and like I already got dirt on it. Like especially snow and stuff. Maybe like mud will get caked in there. You'd have to hose it off, or like, you know, kick them to get all the ice built up and snow out of there. But I think these are really well made. I held it up there. I'm going to go out in a second here and install these ones actually on there and see what they're like. And so I just wanted to come inside and give you an overview really on it. Like you come over and flip it over. You know, these ones are very flexible. Like say you hit a tree or a stump or something, or run over a stick, you know, these will flex. Whereas I feel like these aren't going to flex as much and like maybe tweak or rip off. So, you know, it's like personal preference. These literally for the money are there. They look pretty awesome. They're textured out here, where these are kind of like smoother. They're a little bit more textured, but here's like a front view comparison of the two. Again, see how much taller it is and wider coverage area. The same goes for the back, really. They're literally the same. Like all these, like here's a rear one. They're literally all the same. And, you know, that goes for the Ford one also. But the back one on the Ford is a little bit taller. It comes out about here. I mean, they're all pretty much the same thing there. So I was just kind of showing you this. These are actually made really well. I mean, for a cheap alternative, if you didn't want to get a factory mud flap, I would definitely recommend these. These are very good for the money. Only, what, $60? These are like molded. They look really nice. I mean, and they're durable. They look like they fit good. So we're going to go ahead and put it on and show you guys. So here's the back one. See, they're a little bit taller. You know, hold this one up. They're still, you know, more coverage area than the front one also, and the Mudflaps auto one. They go down a little bit further. Obviously, they say Ford in them. They're, you know, a little bit more protection area. Okay, so we got the old one off there. We kind of cleaned up all the mud and stuff there. I mean, obviously, I had to take a bunch more pins out. So we're going to go ahead and sit this in here. Looks like all the holes line up real well. Another thing is these push pins, like I said earlier, let's not mix them up here, seem like they're different set them out here on the sidewalk, than the Ford ones. So the Ford ones look about the same length, but they're a little bit longer. So these ones came with the factory Ford mud flaps. The factory clips I took out of here were shorter, were about this length. And so I could see where that could be a little bit of an issue, because you would need more grip range, because you're actually adding like a layer to putting on here. And these clips, like, listen to it. Okay, you heard that one? This one's like way more stiffer, brittler plastic than this. Is very more, you know, more malleable. Maybe these will last longer. I feel like these are going to get brittle over time and break, and then you can't get them out. This one's more, you know, flexible, malleable, whatever the word is. So we'll go ahead and throw one in here, you know, with one hand. So we'll put it in this hole here, this middle one, and we'll go ahead and line it up here. Oh, I was way too high. Sticker on there like that. Okay. Yeah, that fits really good. The holes all line up. And just give me a second. I'll get this put on. So that took an all of like what? I don't know. I had to remove my other mud flap and put this one on. These pins seem to push in really nice and clip, and they're holding really good. See, I'm pretty flexing on it, and that's nice that they included this cutout to go around that. And it fits really nice against that, actually. Look how nice that fits against that, like, frame extender or whatever you want to call it. I think it's actually like a crash bar, so when you get in a front collision that it doesn't smash the wheel into the floorboard or whatever. I don't know. But it fits really nice around that on the top and the bottom. That's really nice that they did that. So great job there. And great job on the fitment. It fits really nice. Let's look at it from the side. You got a little bit of extra more protection here than the factory Ford one. We'll go around to the other side. So see, the factory Ford one just kind of stays flat and it comes out. That one actually like wraps around the fender flare, you know, per se. So that's pretty nice. And let's look at it from the back side here. All right, it fits pretty good against the flare. They did a really nice job making it fit. And even on the bottom there, as you can see, they have it cut out for the bolt and everything. Fits pretty good. I mean, it's just as wobbly as the other one. These are definitely more rigid than the factory Ford ones. They look really nice. I would say they're a definite good bang for your buck for only 60 bucks for the whole set. Like, that's awesome. Like, look at that. So those clips might not be an issue, and they might be an issue. I don't know. It's like, I would highly recommend these if you're looking for a cheap solution to mud flaps on your new Ranger versus the factory Ford ones. These ones are awesome. Like, look, they got nice protection. They come out pretty good. They're going to protect your running board, you know, pretty well. That's nice. Nice little add-on in there. Not too big. Very durable plastic. That's awesome. I mean, look how flexible the factory Ford ones are again on here. See, they're probably even, they're more flexible, more malleable, like I was explaining earlier, but that's pretty awesome. As you can see, you know, Ford also did, you know, an okay job, I guess, going around this. They more or less wanted it because it's gonna flex more, because the other ones are more rigid. This one's gonna flex more, so they didn't fit it quite as close to this bar as the Mudflaps Auto ones. So I get that. I mean, this will actually come back and hit your running board, but it's got, you know, a lot more coverage area than the Mudflaps Auto. But that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks again. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll bring you more content.